Hi everyone, this is Toyba from Toyslab Creations. Today I'm going to be making this baby bonnet in size 0 to 6 months. For this project, I'm going to be needing DK weight yarn and 5.5 mm crochet hook. I'm going to be doubling this yarn here to make up for a DK weight. So to start, I'm going to start the magic ring. A magic ring is just a loose slip knot. I'm going to put my hook here. And then chain 2, 1 and 2. Then I'll make a double crochet into the ring. I'm going to mark this double crochet. Then I'll make additional 11 double crochet. So I'll have a total of 12 double crochet. So go ahead and complete your 12 double crochet, and I'll join you when I'm through with mine. So I've made 12 double crochet. I've closed my magic ring here. So I'm going to remove the stitch marker and finish this round off with a slip stitch. There, so I have 12 double crochet. So moving on to round 2 now, I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then make 2 double crochet into the first stitch. 1, I'll mark my first double crochet, and then make a second one into the same stitch. 2. Then I'll make 2 double crochet into each stitch around, and at the end of round 2 I should have a total of 24 double crochets. So keep going around and make 2 double crochets into each stitch from the previous row, and I'll join you at the end of the round. So I have 24 double crochets so far. So to finish round 2, I'm going to remove my stitch marker and then finish the round with a slip stitch to the first double crochet. So next I'm going to move on to round 3, chain 2 and work 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Mark the first double crochet. This is not necessary, just to help keep count. Then make 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Then make 2 double crochets into the next stitch, and the second one 2. Make 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So we just keep repeating this around, making 2 double crochet in a stitch and 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. At the end of the row, we should have, at the end of the round, you should have a total of 32 double crochets. So keep going. I'll join you at the end of the round. So I'm through with round 3. I have 32 double crochets so far. To finish round 3, I'm going to remove my stitch marker and finish the round with a slip stitch to the first double crochet. So moving on to round 4 now, I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and make 2 double crochets into the first stitch. 1, mark the first double crochet, and then 1 more into the same stitch. So make 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So make 2 double crochet into the next stitch. And 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. 2 and the last one, 3. So just keep going around, making 2 double crochet in a stitch and 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. At the end of this round, you have a total of 40 double crochets. So go ahead and finish yours. I'll join you when I'm sure it's mine. So I'm about to finish round 4. I'm going to remove my stitch marker and finish the round of the slip stitch. So we have 40 double crochets so far. Moving on to round 5 now, I'm going to chain 2 and make 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Mark the first double crochet and make 1 more into the same stitch. Then make 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and the last one, 4. So just keep repeating this around. Make 2 double crochet in a stitch and then 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. At the end of this round, you should have a total of 48 double crochets. So go ahead and finish yours. I will join you when I'm sure it's mine. So I've completed round 5. I have 48 double crochets in total. So I'm going to finish this round with a slip stitch to the first stitch. So from here on, I'm going to be working in rows. So moving on to row 6 now. I'm going to I've slipped it into the first stitch already, so I'm going to slip stitch into the second stitch. So chain 1 and then make a double crochet into the same stitch. Mark the single crochet and make 1 double crochet in each stitch around. We're not going to work into the last stitch, so we're going to have a total of 46 single crochets. So just go ahead and do this. Make single crochet into each stitch around, and I'll join you when I'm sure it's mine. So I finished my row of single crochet. I'm now going to work into the last stitch. So I have a total of 46 single crochets. So moving on to row 7 now. Chain 1 and turn. Make a single crochet into the first stitch and then a single crochet into each stitch across. So we have a total of 46 double crochet again for this, 46 single crochet for row 7. So just go ahead and make your row of single crochet and I'll join you when I'm sure it's mine. So I'm sure it's round 7. I have a total of 46 single crochet. So moving on to row 8 now. Chain 2, turn. This chain 2 counts as a double crochet from row 8 on. So I'm going to work into the next stitch. I'm going to skip the first stitch as this double crochet counts as the stitch, and into the second stitch make a double crochet. Then I'll make a double crochet into each stitch across. And end of the row I have a total of 46 double crochets. So go ahead and make a double crochet into each stitch across, and I'll join you when I'm sure it's mine. So I'm sure it's row 8. I have a total of 46 double crochets. So moving on to row 9 now. Chain 1, turn, single crochet into the first stitch and single crochet into each stitch across. At the end of row 9 you should have a total of 46 single crochets. So go ahead and finish your row of single crochet. I will join you when I'm sure it's mine. So I'm about to complete row 9. I have 45 single crochet so far. So I'm going to make my last single crochet to the top of the chain 2 from the previous row. So now I have 46 single crochet. Now moving on to round 10. Row 10. I'm going to chain 2, turn. This chain 2 counts as a stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and make my second stitch. Yarn over and go to the second double crochet from row 8 and make a front post double crochet. Yarn over, skip the second stitch from row 9 and make a double crochet into the third stitch, yarn over, skip the third stitch from row 8 and make a front post double crochet around the fourth stitch from row 8. Then make a double crochet into the fifth stitch from row 9. So I just basically alternating between the two rows. So next I'm going to skip this and make a front post double crochet around the next one, skip a stitch on row 9, make a double crochet into the next stitch. So I just keep doing that across, and I'll join you when I'm through with the row. So I'm almost through with row 10 now. I made a front post double crochet and I still have 2 stitches left. So I'm going to make a double crochet into each of the remaining 2 stitches. So I'm finishing the row with 2 double crochets. So moving on to row 11 now. Chain 1, turn, make a single crochet into the first stitch and a single crochet into each stitch across. So we have 46 single crochet at the end of row 11. So go ahead and finish the row, and I'll join you when I'm through with mine. So I'm through with row 11. I've made 46 single crochet. So moving on to row 12 now. Chain 2, 1, 2, turn. This chain 2 count as a double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over and walk into the second stitch, make a double crochet into the second stitch, yarn over, then I'll reach over to the double crochet from row 10. This is the first stitch from row 10. The second stitch is a front post double crochet. The third stitch is a double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over and make a front post double crochet around the double crochet, the third stitch from row 10. Make a front post, sorry, let me do that again. Make a front post double crochet. I'll skip the third stitch from row 11 and then make a double crochet into the fourth stitch, sorry, yarn over and make a front post double crochet around the next double crochet. So basically I'm going to be skipping the front post double crochets and then making a front post double crochet around the double crochet from 2 rows below, then skip a stitch here and then make a double crochet on the previous row from row 11. So I'll make a double crochet here, yarn over, skip this front post double crochet and make a front post double crochet around the double crochet from 2 rows below, and skip a stitch here and make a double crochet into the next stitch. Skip this front post double crochet and make a front post double crochet around the double crochet from 2 rows below. Skip a stitch here and make a double crochet into the next stitch. So just keep repeating that, and I'll join you when I'm about to finish the row. So I'm about to finish row 12. I'm going to finish the row with a double crochet into the last stitch. So moving on to row 13 now. Chain 1, turn, single crochet into the first stitch and single crochet into each stitch across. So go ahead and finish that. I'll join you when I'm through with row 13. So I'm through with row 13 now. So chain 2 and turn. For row 14 to row 17, we're just going to repeat row 10 to 13. So now row 14 is a repeat of row 10, row 15 is a repeat of row 11, and row 16 is a repeat of row 12, and row 17 is a repeat of row 13. So now I'm repeating row 10, chain 2, turn. This chain 2 counts as a double crochet. So yarn over and make a front post double crochet around the second stitch, double crochet, skip the second stitch on the previous row, double crochet into the next stitch, skip this front post double crochet, make a front post double crochet around the next double crochet, skip the next stitch here and make a double crochet into the next one. So just keep repeating that. Just go ahead and repeat row 10 to 13 again, and I will join you when I'm through with row 17. So I'm through with row 17. This is what my bonnet looks like so far. So I'm going to make row 18 now, which is at my row this edge in here. So for row 18 I'm going to chain 1 and turn, make a single crochet into the first stitch, skip the second stitch, and into the third stitch I'm going to make 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll skip the next stitch and make a single crochet into the next one, skip the next stitch and make 5 double crochets into the next one. 3, 4, and 5. I'll skip a stitch, make a single crochet into the next one, skip a stitch and make 5 double crochets again. So I just keep doing that till I'm about to finish the row. I'll join you when I'm about to finish the row. So I'm about to complete row 18. I've made 5 double crochets here and I have 3 stitches left. So I'm going to skip 2 and make a single crochet into the last stitch, chain 1 to secure, and then cut my yarn. So I'm through with the bonnet. The only thing left to do now is the straps. So for the strap, I'm going to chain 38. So make a slip knot and then make a chain of 38. So I'll join you when I'm through with my chain of 38. So I've made a chain of 38. Now I'm going to attach that to my bonnet here. So on the side of the last row I'm going to attach the chain. So attach with a slip stitch, chain 1 to secure, and then make a single crochet into that stitch, and then make a single crochet on the side of each row till you get to row 6. You should have a total of 13 single crochets. So you make a single crochet on the side of each row here till you get to row 6. So you have 13 single crochet. Then you make a single crochet into the 2 skip stitch from row 5 here. The 2 stitches that we didn't work to, make 1 single crochet into each of them. Then you make a single crochet on the side of each row on this other end here. That's another 13 single crochet. Then you chain 39. So go ahead and do that, and I'll join you when I'm through with mine. So I've gone around and then I've made my chain of 39. So now I'm going to skip this first chain here, and into the second chain I'll make a slip stitch, and then I'll make a slip stitch into each chain until I get to this point, until I finish the chain stitches. Then I'll work a single crochet around this edge here, and then I'll continue with slip stitch for the chains all the way to the end here. So I'll just go ahead and finish that up, and I'll come back to show you what the final piece looks like. So I'm through with the straps and I've weaved in all my ends. If you prefer to work with the written pattern, it's available in my Ravelry, Etsy and Lovecraft stores. It has 2 sizing options. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up, and please share my video, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I hope to see you in my next tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.